So, welcome to another episode of The Boring Wisdom. This is day 3 of Gen Z Guide on Focus. In this one, we'll be particularly focusing on mastering flow state. So, have you ever been so deeply involved in something that time just seemed to disappear? Maybe you're working on a project, playing a sport, or even playing some sort of game, like online game or anything. And suddenly, hours just pass by you without even noticing it. That's what we call the flow state, the ultimate zone of focus where you're completely locked in with what you're doing and everything else just fades away. You have no idea about what is happening in your surroundings. You have no idea about what is happening inside of your brain. You are just so deeply involved in your work that nothing seems to matter. This flow state isn't just for athletes or maybe artists. Anyone can tap into it. But to get there, you need to create the right conditions, and that's exactly what we were focusing on today. So let's start by understanding what is the psychology of the flow. What is happening in your brain when you hit that sweet spot of focus? So, flow isn't just a random feeling, it's a psychological state. Your brain needs a balance between challenge and skill. If something is too easy, you'll feel bored and it will be really hard to focus. That's it. And the same thing goes with a hard task. If it's too hard, you'll feel stressed and you won't achieve flow. Flow happens when you are doing something that pushes you just enough to stay engaged. Not too hard, not too easy. Something like that. Okay. Then the next point is dopamine. The brain's feel good chemical. This plays a huge role in flow state. When you're in a flow, your brain releases dopamine, which basically boosts your motivation, focus, and creativity. So, the key takeaway from here is that flow isn't just about hard work, it's about working smart and finding the perfect balance. So, all you need is a piece of paper and a pen and clarity about what you're doing. Don't make the task too hard, don't make the task too easy. If you have the task that is just enough hard to make you stay engaged, then you'll achieve flow. So now that you understand what exactly is flow and how it works, let's talk about creating the right conditions to enter this state. So in order to get into flow, you need to set the stage. Think of it like preparing for a performance. Every detail matters. So how do you basically do that? The first thing is eliminate distractions. Turn off all the notifications that you have on your phone. Close all the unnecessary tabs and let people around you know that you need uninterrupted time. Tell your mom that don't call you for an hour or two. Tell your sister don't call you for an hour or two. Just tell them, let people around you know that you need uninterrupted time for just maybe hour or two. That's it. Then the second thing is set clear goals. Know exactly what you want to accomplish during your work sessions. Ambiguity can kill focus, so just focus on the things that you understand that you have to do, right? For maybe say for example 9 to 10, I'm going to do just my project work. That's it. I'm not going to read book, I'm not going to do anything else. Just focus on work, and precisely on work I'm going to do this. That's it. Then the third thing is warm up. Start with a smaller task to build momentum before diving into the main challenges. Right? It's just like workout. You do first the warm up set and then you go on to the working set. That's it. So by controlling your environment and mindset, you're making it much more easier to slip into flow. But creating the right environment isn't enough. You also need the structure your work in the way that supports flow. So that's where the deep work comes into play. And deep work, my friend, is a secret ingredient for achieving flow. This is basically coined by Carl Newport. We have already talked about in this a separate video about dedicatedly on deep work. So deep work basically is the practice of focusing intensely on high value tasks without any distractions. This is exact opposite of multitasking or shallow work. You just focus on something so deeply that you just don't have any kind of thoughts apart from your work. So how do you basically do the deep work? What is the framework of doing the deep work? First, schedule dedicated blocks of time for deep work, ideally during your most productive hours. Say, for example, you're a morning person, set your time blocks in the morning. Night person, same goes with that. Use tools like Pomodoro technique or time blocking techniques to stay on track. I usually prefer Pomodoro because it's really easy and it does not allow you to overwhelm. It just stops you from overwhelming yourself. Like 25 minutes of work followed by 5 minutes of break, and you do that for 4 times, and then you take a longer break. That's it. Then the third thing is protect your deep work sessions at all cost. This is sacred time for your brain. This is the time when you're most productive in your day. So Try to save it at all cost. Do not compromise with it. So when you commit to your deep work, you're not just increasing your focus, you're training your brain to enter into flow more easily. And the more you practice, the more easier it becomes. So once you're in zone, staying there is the key. So let's discuss the techniques to maintain your flow for longer periods of time. So getting to flow is one thing, but staying there is a whole different challenge. It's a whole different level of challenge. But here's how you can keep the momentum going. Take micro breaks, use Pomodoro technique, or just take a pause for 2 minutes to reset your mind. Basically, I would suggest you to take Pomodoro technique 25 minutes of work followed by 5 minutes of focus. 4 times, take a longer break. That's it. Then the second thing is hydrate and fuel up. Your brain needs energy to stay sharp. Don't forget to drink water and take some healthy snacks. Don't necessarily go and like eat what was say like some nachos or anything like that. Take healthy snacks, maybe a fruit, maybe some sort of salad or something, right? Take healthy food, take healthy intake, because whatever you consume is what you produce, right? Then the third thing is embrace the rhythm. Flow comes in waves. If you feel your flow's focus slipping, gently guide yourself back instead of forcing it, right? You just have to say, okay, 2 minutes, take a deep breath, and then get back to work. That's it. Embrace the rhythm of your flow state. These tiny adjustments will help you stay in focus and stay longer into your flow, making you work more productive and more enjoyable. But here's the reality, distractions will happen, they're supposed to happen. So, how do you basically get back into flow when you're interrupted, right? So, let's talk about that. We know that even the best plans can't eliminate every single distractions. You will have distractions. You will definitely have them. But when you get pulled out of flow, don't panic. Here's how to get back on track. Take a reset break. Maybe step away for 2 to 5 minutes to clear your mind. Maybe do cognitive unloading or take a deep breath. Do mindfulness activities for 2 to 5 minutes. That's it. Revisit your goals. Remind yourself of what you were working on and why it matters a lot to you. Then the third thing is recreate your environment. If possible, reset your workspace to how it was when you started working. Like arrange everything exactly the way it was when you started working. Right? Think of these resets as the pause button for your brain. With a little practice, you'll be able to slip back into flow much more faster. One thing that you need to understand is flow isn't a one and done thing. It's a skill that gets better with practice. The more you train your brain to focus deeply, the easier it becomes to enter into the flow state. So start small. Aim for just one flow session a day. Even if it's like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, that's it. Gradually increase the time as you build your focus muscle. Remember, patience is the key. Flow basically takes a lot of practice, like months, years of practice, but the result are absolutely worth it. So, to wrap up, let's recap of what we've learned today and look ahead for the day 4. And we'll explore some focus tool out there. So, let's take a recap and review of what we have learned so far. So, basically, today we have explored the magic of flow state and how it works and how to achieve it. Basically, you have to remember that flow is all about creating the right balance between the challenge and the skill while eliminating distractions. And tomorrow, we'll dive deep into the best tools and apps for focus, from productivity tracker to digital detox aids. These tools will supercharge your ability to focus. So don't miss the day 4. That's our wrap for day 3 of the Gen Z guide on focus. Now it's your turn. Try creating the perfect environment for flow and let us know how it went in the comments. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the bell icon for more content like this. See you in the next one.